Gary Owen reveals that he was a victim of Hollyweird during a meeting with a movie executive. This was after the wildly entertaining interview with Katt Williams on Club Shay Shay, where Katt made a comment about Gary Owen not being able to cross over as a comedian and actor in Hollywood.
Do you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Initially, Gary thought Katt was throwing shade his way until he realized that that wasn't the case. This motivated a response from Gary, so he went on his podcast to tell a story about a time a powerful Hollywood executive tried to make Gary give him the GAWK GAWK 3000 Double Toppy Supreme in exchange for $1 million.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
Listen to Gary's response right here.
And we always say, like, just be honest. Don't say something behind my back. Whether you like Katt or not, he's not going to talk behind your back. However he feels about you, that's how he feels about you. Now, he did say one thing. He talked about Ricky Smiley, and he talked about when Ricky Smiley went on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast, which is a great podcast, especially for, I know I'm a white guy, but for my demographics, and I'll get into that in a minute, what Katt said about me, but for my demographics, you know, Club Shay Shay, I'd rather go on Club Shay Shay than Joe Rogan. Even though, okay, I got to get into I got to unpack this podcast because Katt made a comment where he said, why you think Gary Owen, who's a white guy, has been doing stand-up for 25 years, hasn't crossed over? And when he said it, I was like, wait a minute, was that a good thing or bad thing? And I literally had to go to Twitter and start asking people, was I catching strays or what was that? And they was like, no, they were saying you haven't sold your soul. That's why you haven't crossed over. You've been consistently you, and that's why you haven't, quote unquote, crossed over. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but I've been, I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself when I was in this office in this room going, well, this is I'm about to answer this question. And the answer was no, I wouldn't. So now I listen, I can't say for 100% that's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me. Like, this is happening in real life. And the dude did it, and he'll always remain nameless. I think he was feeling me out. Like, is this dude, and this is years ago. I was young in the game. But I was just like, wait a minute. Is this happening right now? I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, I made it very clear I like women. I'm not going that route.
Man, how many stories do we have to hear like this for people to realize what's really going on out there in Hollywood? Let me know what you think about his story in the comment section below. Leave a like and subscribe to the GMS show. I'll see y'all later.